we talk a lot about generational curses quite a bit. Me and my peoples, my friends, we talk about like some generational curses. But one thing I talk about now that I'm really digging deep into now is just the mental curses. That's part of the generational stuff. The mental curse to me is just bullshit that's been passed around that other people ate and then they spit it back out to you pretty much. Because one thing I never could understand, and that's one of the key ones, is jobs. Now, before I say this, understand that I'm not saying don't get a job. I'm not saying don't go to work. I'm not saying, the core of my channel is to always tell everybody to do what makes you happy. So I'm speaking on me. When I say that jobs are slavery, that's pretty much what it is. You have to ask to go to the bathroom. You have to ask to have a day off. You have to ask for this and that or whatever. You have to go to someone else when you are naturally born with these rights. You're naturally born to be able to just freely go to the bathroom. But yet these are taken away from you. Your time is traded in exchange for money. And one of the generational curses that I understood is just like the just go to work mentality. I could never get that because I've done it. I did it for years. But the thing about it is like when I finally got to the point of just like maybe I'm worth a little bit more than 11, 12, 15, hell, even $20 an hour, right? And when I was doing the whole job thing for a while, I was looked at, as just a normal, regular, average person because I fit in. See, one of the core problems that I have, well, not problems, I guess you could say, one of the problems I had when I didn't know how to deal with it, I guess, is being looked at as the black sheep of the family because I was just always different. I always thought about things a little different. I always questioned shit. I wasn't afraid to just be like, man, something about this just don't seem right. You know what I'm saying? How can we do better? How can we, get outside of this rut? And that made me look at it like I was something extraterrestrial. Now that I decided to just be able to say, hey, fuck it, I don't want to get a job ever again. I will not work for no one else ever again. I'll work with someone, that'll be cool depending on circumstances or whatever, but I'm working for myself now. You know what I mean? They don't understand that concept. The only concept they can understand is why don't you work for someone? Pretty much what they don't understand what they're saying is why aren't you a slave just as I'm a slave? When you're not in slavery, that looks weird to me. I need to say something to bring you back down to my level right quick. And you in that level of slavery because you're not doing what it is that you want to do. When you get outside of that box, like I did, and just said, fuck it, I don't care what anybody has to say about me now. I'm hell of a judge now. I'm really judged now. But now that I got to the understanding of, okay, this is just y'all mental curse that's been passed down to y'all. I can see how my grandmother thinks in my mother. So I can get a pretty good idea of what my great grandmother and them so on and so forth were like beforehand. Nobody wanted to step outside of the box. Everybody was afraid to look like the weirdo. I'm not afraid of that shit no more because I see what y'all like. I see what it is that y'all doing. Nobody really has the communication skills like I do because it's so hard for them to just be vulnerable and be open, because when you think about this is a form of slavery when it comes to these kind of things. The not being able to open up to people, not being able to communicate what you feel, this whole lack of self-knowledge thing. Because I think if a lot more people looked into themselves and discovered who they really were, they wouldn't be doing the jobs they be doing. Now, they may be doing other jobs, yeah, that's true, but they will feel more complete into that job. They feel like, okay, I'm doing something that gives me purpose. I already know I don't like being told what to do like that. I know who I am and I'm authentic to who I am. You're not finna try to convince me otherwise. I hate when niggas try to speak for me. But it's just one of these things right here, this mental shit right here is a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you, because that shit is like a big ass cage that you can easily get trapped into. I mean, think about it. Somebody telling you from birth up until 15, 16, 7, 20 and whatever, do this, do this, do this, do this. This is the right thing to do. This looks good, blah, blah, blah. When they telling you this for so long, it can be hard to break out of that shit. Trust me, I know for a fact. But nobody's ever gonna know you better than you gonna know yourself. That's the trick. Nobody gonna speak on this shit, of course, because everybody wanna feel like they know everything. But nobody's gonna be able to know you like you gonna know yourself. Everything I put on here is just my opinion and my view. But they will damn sure try. Niggas will absolutely try to pull you back into that cage, bro. Because if you don't look good to them or whatever, they try to drop little hints. They try to do this and that. And the funny part about it is too, then you begin to realize who your true family is. You begin to realize who your true friends are when you start to connect with yourself. When you start living outside the box, you'll start to see who they really are. Because these people who hating on you, who try to shun you and stuff like that, they not living lives they want to live. They not fulfilled. They too busy in your business. They don't have anything that gives them motivation, that gives them drive. They don't, a lot of times I feel like they don't even know why they're getting up to go to work. They don't know why they say what they say. They don't know why they do what they do. They just do it because it's tradition. It's generation. You know what I'm saying? It's tied to ethnicity, your race, you know what I'm saying? The people you hang around. If they inside the box, they gonna pull your ass right into that motherfucker with them. That's the sad truth. But if you continue to live your life the best way you want to live it, keep discovering yourself, keep being the best you can be, you'll find yourself also too, as I've been doing, mentally separating yourself, emotionally separating yourself, spiritually, physically, because you know that that's just not your vibration. This is a good thing. This is a part of the growth process. I was doing this before I started really studying it. My body and mind just naturally did this. And now I'm seeing other YouTubers talking about it, saying like, oh yeah, this is blah blah blah, so on and so forth. I'm just looking at people from the 60s and 40s and stuff like that, or whatever around that time, saying that these were similar things that they were doing, similar things that they were thinking about, such as people conforming to a general idea of how life should be, and then going with that same routine, teaching their children the same bullshit, and then it ended up just being one big ass cycle. You go to work, you pay your bills, you think you're good, but then the next bill comes. Okay, cool. You go to work, pay the bill, blah blah blah. It's a continuous cycle, but nobody's teaching on how to get out of that cycle. Nobody's talking about that when it comes to some of these people. That's why they're gonna be left behind. They pretty much already are left behind in a new world. Nobody can fathom making money off the internet and off making videos and stuff like that. That's crazy. That's bananas. But it's real though. But yeah, these are just some of my thoughts, y'all. I was just really just marinating on some thoughts. I like, man, whatever I think of now, I'm just gonna record it, put it out there. Like, comment, share, subscribe, or whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna put a quote at the end of this video right now. I don't know if I'm feeling that energy, but we'll see what's going on though. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Check out my gaming channel. All that stuff link in the description below. Y'all take it easy, stay smooth, be yourself. Be true to who you are. Don't let nobody stop you, because you got all the power within you. Y'all take it easy, stay smooth. Is this gonna click off? Let me see.